Hi guys! I've been getting a lot of messages lately, whether it's on Twitter, on Instagram, right here on YouTube, about how I got to meet Demi Lovato. And it's kind of surreal still saying that. The first question I get asked a lot is where I met her. And I had her show at Universal Studios in Orlando. It wasn't actually in Universal, it was practically like at the Hard Rock, right next to it. It's still on property. I was on Twitter and Demi wrote, "Come meet me," and I was like, what? And I clicked on the link and the first thing on that link was Orlando. So I almost cried when I saw that. And I called my mom and I was like, oh my goodness, give me your credit card info. And she was like, I'm not spending $300 on that. And I was like, you don't have to spend $300. I'll just get my friend Ramon. And she was like, are you sure he's gonna go? And I was like, I'm obviously sure. And I wasn't really sure at the time. Right after I got like the order number and everything, I called Ramon up and I was like, Ramon, you need to get these tickets for Demi. And he was like, I just got them. And I was like, oh my goodness, I just do. The day of the show, we got there around 3. We were told to be there by 4:30, but we got there early. We got there around 3 and there were like fellow Lovatics around and all that stuff. And then some girl came and she was a golden ticket. She was like checking us off on the VIP list. Am I lame for still having this wristband? This is the wristband that they gave. It's an S for your size t-shirt that you would get, small. And then they would mark an X on it right after you met Demi, so you wouldn't go back in. But I kept this because this was memorable. When we got in to the second floor where they were holding us in for a while, we got our goodies and we got this. It's the lanyard, the VIP lanyard. Demi heart attack, and this side also says heart attack, like heart attack tour. So yeah, we got the shirt and that, and they were like giving out water. We're like, okay, whatever. So we got water and stuff, and right after, we waited in there for like an hour or so, and we were all pretty anxious. Okay, you're gonna come out, and we're gonna check you to make sure no one sneaks in, whatever. And I was like already shaking there, and we ran. And we made it to the line, and the line was like outside, and this is Florida, but Florida has like bipolar weather, so it was like freezing that day. It was like crazy. So we were in line. There's one door you would go in and the next door you would come out. So Ramon and I we were right next to the door where you would come out, so we were able to see everyone's reactions when they would come out. And some people were like bawling their eyes out, crying. They'd throw themselves on the ground and keep crying. Other people were like shocked, like in that episode of Drake and Josh when they're going on the roller coaster, and when everyone comes out of the roller coaster they're all like zombies. That's how people would come out, and I was like, oh my goodness, what's wrong? So we made it to the door. There's a security guard outside, and he was like, okay, if you can't hug, no hugs. If you hug her, you'll be kicked out or whatever. And so I was like getting nervous already. I was like, wow, I'm not gonna get a hug. And I wanted to follow the rules, so I didn't. And then there was another lady right in front of the door, and she was the one that told you, okay, go. So I made it in, and when I was coming in, I was like in shock because my eyes locked with Demi's, and it was like crazy. And there is so much security inside. The security guard right next to her, there was one right next to me, there was like the photographer across from us, and there were like 2 other ladies there. So I don't know who they were, but they were there. When I was walking, she's like, hi, and I was like, oh my goodness, I was like, hi. She was sitting on this like this stool. So we were like perfect height there. I mean, I wanted to like, you know, get close to her. So I put my arm in between the chair and her back. And she's like, how are you? And I was like, I'm good, and you? And she's like, I'm great. And so we looked at the camera, took the picture. I was like, bye, thank you. She's like, bye. And so, yeah, that was pretty much it. Like when I walked out, I felt like what I said, I felt like a zombie-ish, like Drake and Josh on the roller coaster. It was pretty crazy. And when I was like, oh my goodness, what is life? Like my life has just changed. I met Demi Lovato. And Ramon came out and I started like jumping up and down. It was that was pretty much it for the meet and greet experience. But like to me, it was worth the money and the excitement. My friend Danny was there, and Danny and I everyone was at the concert area getting ready, and so we're like we'll find a way to get in there, so why don't we just like go on the rides? So we went on a few rides and stuff, and we just made our way through the crowd and got to the third row. The concert itself, I've seen her plenty of other times, so she wasn't in her best, I would say. Like, don't hate on me, this is my opinion. Personal opinion, she didn't sound as great as I'm used to hearing her sound. I think she was sick. I have a video of Heart Attack up, which has over 130,000 views, thanks to you guys. But anyways, I have it up, and yeah, the bass was really loud. Like, the floor was like shaking. It was so like intense. But she sounded not at her best. My opinion. She was still good. Like, if you want to talk to me, go on Twitter. That's mostly like the fastest way to contact me. Just at Fangirl Nicole. If you want to check out my pictures, like from the concert or from other things, just go on Instagram at Fangirl Nicole. There are probably going to be a lot of more videos up. So, you know, subscribe, comment, like, you know what to do. Thank you guys so much.